So another match has ended, and Arsenal have once again not won a game. We've not won. We've actually drawn to the hands of Leeds United away from home. So we are going to have a quick look at the lineup now. First of all, we started off with Leno in goal, and we went with the back four. We went with like a 4-2-3-1. We went with Bellerin, Holding, Gabriel Tierney, Danny Ceballos and Granit Xhaka, Nicola Pepe, who actually got sent off in this game, with Joe Willock, Willian and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang playing up front. For Leeds United, if anyone cares, Meslier starting in goal with Eiling, Koch, Copper, Alioski, Phillips, Rafinha, Click, Dallas, Harrison and Bamford playing for them. We were just not good enough, to be honest. We just didn't create enough chances, and I thought, overall we just didn't do enough. Aubameyang, everyone's talking about him playing down the middle, but then it just didn't work at all. We were so poor during that whole game, and I think we should have done much better. I think Saka didn't start the game, but he did end up going off injured when we did sub him on, so that was a huge blow for us. But again, we are going to have a quick look at the match stats. The amount of times they hit the post, though, oh my god, we could have easily lost that game by more than, we could have, not could have drawn that game, we could have easily lost that game 4-5-0. It was that bad. But we are going to have a quick look at the statistics. They did actually have more possession, that probably because they had a man sent off in that game. In terms of the duels, it was 50% won. Aerial duels won, they won 52.4%, we won 47.6%. In terms of the offsides, we had 2 offsides, they had none. They had more corners than us with 5, we had 3 corners. We scored no goals, they scored no goals, but they had 25 shots. 25 shots to our 9 shots. They had 4 shots on target, we only had 2. The shot accuracy was that we had 22% shot accuracy and they only had 16%, but the amount of times they hit the post, I think it had to be like 4 or 5 times, and we hit the post like once, I think, where Pepe got really lucky in the first half where he hit the post. Shots inside the box, we had 15, they had 15 and we had 5, and shots outside the box, they had 10, we had 4. They had a few good shots outside the box, especially when Rodrigo came on. In terms of the defense, they had 18 tackles and we had 10, 50% tackles won, clearances 29 to their 13, interceptions 10 to their 8. And it was a very poor game on the whole. And looking at the passes, even they completed more passes, but we had more long passes completed. They had a much better pass accuracy with 84.8%. They again had a much better pass accuracy in our half and in their half. We had 13 crosses to their 26, and they had much more successful crosses as well. In terms of their discipline, they conceded 9 fouls. They also had 3 yellow cards, but we had 1 red card, which was really bad for our side, but we just have to move on from that. And again, my negativity, if you like, on Mikel Arteta will continue because he's not proven me wrong. We thought, the team going into this was pretty decent, but it just didn't work out in the end. Aubameyang, he just was not good enough. He wasn't pressing, he wasn't doing his job properly. Everything that you expect him to do, he wasn't doing. And we are going to get straight into the player ratings for this game. And first of all, starting off with Bernd Leno in goal. I thought he's probably man of the match for us today. He was very exceptional. I think without him, we could have easily lost this game 8 or 9-0. I'm not even kidding. The amount of shots they had, the amount of chances they created, like something like 25, 26 shots. As I said earlier, it could have been a lot worse. Let's just put it that way. So I will give Leno 8.5. Moving into right back, Hector Bellerin. Again, Hecky B, what Hecky B does, not good enough. Same for Holding, who was on that side. It doesn't help for Holding when you do have Bellerin down that side. But again, they were targeting it. They created so many chances. We were left wide open time and time again. Bellerin did make some good forward runs as well. So for that, I'll probably give him a 5. Rob Holding was next to him. Again, he was getting twisted inside out. He wasn't good enough. So I'll give him a 4. Gabriel, again, he's quite good. I think he'd do much better in a better team, but we're just not good enough at the moment. And Gabriel, he did his best today. He did have 1 or 2 mistakes, but again, on the whole, I don't think you can blame this one on Gabriel. So I'll give him a 5, 5.5 actually, because I think he was a bit better than Hector Bellerin at least. But going on to left back, first of all, Kieran Tierney. He was one player that was actually really trying to do something, trying to make stuff happen, and I think he was one of those players that deserves a lot of praise for this performance. Even when we had a man down, he was trying to create things. He was trying to pick up the ball, trying to go forward, trying to do things that we weren't doing before, and I think for that, I will give him a 6.5. Moving into the midfield, first of all, Danny Ceballos. I thought first half he was exceptional. I really liked the way he was playing. The second half he just disappeared. It was like he never graced the pitch, and that's very disappointing in my opinion. I think Danny Ceballos, for his quality, he should be doing much better than that, and that's why in previous games before the international break he was being benched for the likes of Mohamed Elneny and obviously Thomas Partey when he came in. So I think for Danny Ceballos I will give him a 6. Granit Xhaka again just didn't do anything really. Too many back passes, not doing anything going forward. One or two good passes, I guess, going forward, pushing one or two forward, but again didn't offer us anything, creatively and defensively. He was left open a few times, so I think for Granit Xhaka we'll have to give him a 5. On the right hand side, Nicolas Pepe did one or two huge chances, hit the bar but got sent off. It was very silly what he did. That was so silly. You can't be falling into them traps. I play football myself. I'm not going to do something like that, headbutt the player. Nah, man, you can have a few shoves or anything, but you just let the team down by doing that. I think we could have won the game actually, with the way they were coming at us. We could have counter-attacked, and with Pepe, if we had him on, then we could have won that game, and very disappointing, and I'll have to give him a 3. Joe Willock, again, he was able, he got the chance to play a game today. I thought that was very good from Mikel Arteta to give him a chance because, in previous Premier League games he wasn't given a look in. But in this game, he just performed a blank. He just didn't do enough. He just was not good enough, and he didn't offer as much. He kept a hold of the ball way too long. He just didn't offer us enough, and I think he just wasn't good enough, simply put, to be honest. And I think for Willock, I just have to give him a 3.5 for this performance. Wasn't good enough. Willian on the left-hand side, I never thought he should have started. I put this in my community as well. I think what he did, going off to Dubai to have a steak with Salt Bay, breaking government guidelines. I don't know what business he had over there. It was very confusing what the actual purpose was for his trip. But again, I don't want to go into that too much. And I think with Willian, he wasn't offering us anything. First half he was doing some decent things, doing what he does, but again in the second half he just went AWOL. Again, he did come off in the second half, but he just wasn't good enough. He just wasn't, creatively, he just wasn't offering us anything. And I think for Willian, he needs to come out of the team for a while. I've said this a lot recently, and I think for Willian, just not good enough for this team. I'll just have to give him a 4. Actually, no, not a 4, a 3. Going up front to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the main man himself, just not doing enough for us. Was not good enough, simply put, just not good enough. Very poor. He played down the middle. He played where everyone is crying out. That's the excuse, to be honest, for Aubameyang this season. Oh, he's not playing down the middle. That's been the excuse all season. And when he does play down the middle, he's not performing. He just didn't perform today. He just was not good enough. And Leeds should have won that game. I'm saying that time and time again. He didn't get many chances. That is probably down to his service as well. But Aubameyang not good enough. I will have to give him a 2. Probably one of the poorest performances like he has done over the last few weeks. So yeah, that is it for my player ratings. We've drawn this game. I don't know what else to say. We do our Molder preview coming out for that one. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.